Hey guys, Leslie Robbins here in the Young Hollywood Lounge, lounging with the fitness guru of them all, Miss Jillian Michaels. Welcome
Thank you so much for having me.
to the couch.
I love it. I don't feel young though for your young Hollywood part. I mean,
Okay, A, you look super young, and
Oh,
we're going to
thank
get into
you.
how you do that. But B,
so sweet. Thank you.
it's not about age, it's about attitude.
Oh, then I am extremely young.
So then tell me, let's go there right now. How do you stay looking young but also feeling young?
I wish I could sit here and tell you that it's like some special supplement or like some magic therapy treatment. It's common sense. You don't overeat. You use common sense with your food choices. You try to prioritize your sleep, make the effort, and exercise, move your body. It's that simple. Now, I'm not saying it's that easy, but it is that simple.
Well, you are all things fitness and health.
Oh, thank you.
Besides, of course, like The Biggest Loser, but you're podcasting and you're TVing and radioing and you're doing it all.
I've done it a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah. But the world has changed. So it's not like I'm some sort of media mogul. It's simply that you have no choice but to be omnipresent in different media channels in order to aggregate the audience that you used to be able to. Let's say on primetime TV. You know, that's not an option anymore.
So take me, obviously now we're here in 2024, but take me back to the beginning, how you like found yourself
Yeah, back to the beginning.
at the helm of all things fitness and health.
Obviously it was a process, but I was an overweight kid. My mom had the foresight to get me into martial arts when I was like 12 years old. And over time, it was transcendent and transformative, not just physically, but emotionally, psychologically. If you want to build your self-worth and define your self-image, it has to be done gradually through little successes and wins. You can't believe in a reality that doesn't exist. But the more you achieve in these ways physically, the more it transcends into more confidence at work and in your relationships, more resilience when life knocks you down. So it really started there. It was very organic. And then when I was 17 years old, I was training for that black belt. And I fell into fitness training because people would see me at the gym and ask me if I was a trainer. But I fell into fitness training. And then to motor through 13 years later, I ended up owning a sports medicine facility. And I was a physical therapy aide, which means you can work under the supervision of a physical therapist in direct supervision at my own clinic. And I loved it, and I built my business. And one of the people that was coming to the gym was an agent in Hollywood and had heard about Biggest Loser. And he was like, you should go out for this show. And I hated the name. And I was reluctant. And I got convinced because it was like, listen, it's the opportunity of a lifetime. Long story short, I did get the job. It was, in fact, the opportunity of a lifetime. And it was like the biggest show on NBC for a decade.
And what did you learn from that whole experience? Going from where you started to just being blown up.
Which area of life?
Right.
I mean, gosh, if it's fitness and health, an exceptional amount. I mean, it was an unprecedented opportunity to run a study in weight loss that nobody had ever done. So of course, along the way, you're learning a lot of lessons about nutrition and fitness, electrolytes, this, that, a lot. And it opened up my world to a host of MDs and PhDs that I continue to work with to this day and interview on a regular basis and I've written books with. So as a professional, it was a game changer for me.
You're the real thing, though.
I
You come with the certifications and the knowledge and the education.
I have, yes.
And the experience.
I have numerous certifications.
Of course.
I do continuing education for trainers. I did own a sports medicine facility. I am a black belt.
Well, let's talk about our space right here.
Okay, yeah.
Because your name is like all over everything. You have a brand new line of equipment.
So my wife is a designer, and my wife designed, they let her design everything. I couldn't believe it. This is how I make my living, and I believe in those things very strongly. And so the goal is that if I'm going to get into that space, it has to be the most cost effective, it has to be the best quality, and it has to elevate someone's at-home workout. That's the whole idea. So what we have here are 3 different kits.
Okay.
It's very simple. One is a strength training kit. You've got a recovery kit, as you see. It's really all you need to get an incredible workout. I could obviously kill you with body weight, but it would be hard to be as varied as you should be. Having some basic tools at home goes a really, really long way. So what we did was we integrated all of it into my existing fitness app, and we give people 90 days for free, and each one of these kits has a program that goes with it.
How did you even get the name for the app?
The fitness app. But here's
How'd you get that? Did you ask for it like 50 years ago?
No.
How did someone not take that?
by Jillian Michaels. Whew. That's how we did it. Isn't
we
that crazy? And
Good job.
When they were like, what are you hoping to achieve with this? I was like, well, I want people to just lead a more balanced life. You know, it doesn't have to be perfect. It's not all or nothing. And that's really the idea, is some basics so that you can elevate your home fitness game. And I'll walk you through it. And the app also comes with custom meal plans, meditations made simple, sleep support, like the whole thing.
Right.
Tracking your calories. And the meal planner is amazing. So in other words, if you show up and you tell me my goal is gain muscle, my goal is weight maintenance, my goal is weight loss, it automatically adjusts the calories. I'm vegan, I'm keto, I'm omnivore, I'm pescatarian. You can pick your meal plan.
Yeah.
I'm cooking for 6 people, I'm cooking for 1 person. It's all dynamic. So it will adjust in real time. So you get the app for free for 90 days and you get the equipment that will last you a lifetime, and you'll learn how to use it.
Okay, so now you're gonna teach me.
It's basically
Like, say this gorgeous stuff was in my home. I'm
some of
getting
it's
ready for workout. What do we do?
Super self-explanatory.
What do we do? Here.
At the end of your workout, you would foam roll. If
And,
you're like,
and we're just getting started.
well, I'm knocking the easy stuff out because I won't force you to demo it. One of the things that I like to do, because it doesn't feel great, is I like to utilize my elbow and my leg and then work my way into picking this foot up. Because the more body weight obviously you have on it, the more you're gonna feel it. And you can roll over and just hit those quadriceps, and you can cross the leg over so that you can put more weight. It's not fun. I'm not gonna lie to you. It doesn't feel tremendous when you're doing it, but it's extremely effective at helping you recover from a workout. When we get shin splints, it's because, believe it or not, the calves are getting too tight and this muscle is too weak. So when you first start working out, or you're walking a lot, or you're jogging for the first time, it's really common to get like plantar fasciitis, to get shin splints. So utilizing these tools, especially in the beginning, helps so much. So when I'm on an off day, or I'll be sitting there watching TV,
Yes.
I just literally get in there and roll out the knots.
It's awesome.
So that's what I use it for.
That's great.
A bunch of different muscles, obviously, but in particular, because you're thinking, well, what do I need all 3 for? Because you can't, this doesn't work, right? So you need this one for that.
Yeah.
And then this works really well for the big muscle groups. So really having all 3 tools is kind of important in a recovery kit. And you have your stretch band. With that said, please lay on your back.
Oh, okay.
I want to put this out there that stretching is great. However, it's important that you work out to a full range of motion, because it is ultimately the most effective method of stretching. Grab each side of this for me.
Okay.
And elevate one leg. So really you utilize this as a tool to stretch hamstrings, and then bring it over, and you should feel it, and like flex that foot for me.
Oh,
And you should start to feel it running down the side of your leg.
that's happening.
And you find the spot, the pain point, and you hold. I think of it as like the learning zone. These are just different ways of utilizing it. Wrapping it around both feet.
Yeah.
And then I grab it pretty close on this one. So you can also use it as a strength tool, but I kind of grab it close and then I release and let it pull the shoulder. So really get nice and tight. Like get those choke up on that band. Really, yeah, all the way up. And then now just drop your head down and let your body weight fall backwards to stretch you, and you're holding onto the bands for stability. There's different strength tools that we have here. This one is the most versatile. You can put this at the top of your door or underneath your door.
Okay.
And it's essentially a door anchor.
Okay.
So this way, let's say you're doing lat pull downs.
Yeah.
Or you're doing rows.
Yeah.
Or you turn around and you're doing chest flies. It's all anchored under the door. Now the
great.
2 bands provides a huge amount of resistance, believe it or not.
Okay.
So if you're thinking like that's too hard,
Yeah.
you take one of them off.
Okay.
You also have the obvious option if you don't want to hook it under the door, we could easily hook it under the sofa.
Yeah.
They turn around and you could do your rows, but sometimes it pulls the couch.
But that's
it's
great.
not as convenient, but this is why you've got the door anchor.
What do we
So
got?
ultimately, listen, the back, the chest, those are big muscle groups, right? So these are wonderful for biceps, shoulder press, all the usual things. But the reality is that if we're gonna do rows, they're kind of too light. That's why you need the tubes.
Will someone bulk up
No.
if you go heavier?
No. It's really, really difficult for women to bulk up because we don't have the androgenic hormones that men do. And you'd have to be eating, even if it's like, that's not true, because I am actually one of those women that can get bigger, but you have to eat a lot for that to happen.
So then what's the benefit of lifting heavier?
First of all, the body plateaus.
Yeah.
So it adapts. In other words, if you and I do 10 push-ups today,
Yeah.
and tomorrow you're sore, if we do 10 push-ups for 10 days, you're not sore anymore.
Right.
So now I might say, okay, the idea behind training the muscles is we want to stress them. But if they're constantly adapting to stress, we have to adapt the way we're stressing them. So we might one day say, okay, we're doing push-ups for 2 weeks and we're going to do 10 reps of push-ups, 3 sets. But the next time I might say, okay, now we're going to do tubing and we're going to add more weight by adding another tube. We're going to do chest presses and flies. We're going to change the angles of push and pull. We're going to change how many reps we're doing. We're going to change how much weight we're lifting. So just having that variety component is important. So the reality is dumbbells allow you to do anything and everything.
Okay.
Just not to the degree of variety that I would like, which is where, right, we want to have tools that will provide a little more resistance.
Yeah.
Hence the reason you've got things like tubes, and you can't strap a dumbbell onto your foot, which is why we've got things like ankle weights. And honestly, at the end of the day, there's nothing wrong with a little old school Jane Fonda.
Old school.
Especially if you're not trying to pack on muscle. Because yes, in that case, this is gonna get you well over 30 reps. Now, this is like so straightforward, obviously.
Wow.
But believe it or not, I actually want you to stand up.
Oh, here we go. That's
So what we're gonna do,
okay.
because if you're thinking like, okay, like I can do way more than this, like sure, that's fine, no problem. So
Okay.
let's do that, right? So take these for me.
Okay.
So just think of those as like a beginner tool or an advanced tool.
Got it. Okay.
So you're gonna keep those on your feet. Let's go lunge, step back. We can lunge and curl.
Okay.
Come up and hold. And and then so you would do it again. It's hard, I know. It adds, but it can you.
Wait.
The point.
You need balance by Jillian Michaels.
You're right, exactly. So here's the
Find
idea:
the balance.
is that you can take something as simple as a lunge
There you go.
and make it way more advanced by adding the weight to it.
I did it. Okay.
Yeah, it's hard.
That's
Or
true.
as a beginner, and then of course you've got like squat and curl, leg raise, squat and curl,
I like that.
leg raise. So you're just adding, a little more to it.
That feels good.
Exactly. And
Oh,
then
yeah.
you can get on the ground and you can do all your beginner Jane Fonda stuff. The idea here is variety,
Yeah.
accessibility, and just making sure people don't get bored. We keep it easy, simple, affordable, and high quality.
I mean, we got nutrition, we got the exercise. You're living balance. I got so much value just by you being here.
You're so sweet.
Thank you for coming.
Thank you so much for having me. You're an absolute doll. Thank you.